light speak out in the darkness.
It's time.
Saga of your life and tell you that I checked out your car. Instead, my friend, there's an nasty crack in the block. I give up.
If only things were different, huh? If only.
Yeah, it just doesn't get any better than this.
I was feeling like it might all come together. Life. I was reveling in my own newly discovered kindness. I was reaching for peace and into myself from the core of me out. I was going to bring some long-lost light into a world which my recent history had helped me to darken. I was going to look into the eyes of every man, woman, and child, regardless of race, religion, gender, whatever, and try to see something of value. I was on the verge of hope.
Can you believe it? Then people showed me what they were, and now it seems that all I have to rely upon in this pathetic existence is myself and the darkness that nurtures me.
Born and reborn, in and out of light.
When is someone, anyone, going to learn?
Here lie the last vestiges of childhood. The tattered dreams, the empty playgrounds, the broken promises of so long ago. Living in a memory, living in a shadow.
In my time, I've seen too much and grown too old. Logical thought, dismal classrooms, philosophy and science eat my mind, killing my memories, killing my present. Adults are nothing more than dead children.
Then Hamlet shut his eyes, and he dreamed. He saw vultures tearing at his flesh. He was not dead yet, but he had no voice to scream. Where did he go? Why couldn't he tell him to stop? He almost laughed. It was sickening. He lay down before them. He had fattened himself with whatever scraps of meat they had thrown him. He even garnished himself in their costumes. He made himself silent. He dispelled the doubts from his head for them. All his fear and compliance, who had he given it to in the end? Just some ugly, greedy scavengers. Was it too late to wake up? Rise and shine!
It feels late. It's only 9:30. I was almost asleep.
Maybe it was the dread premonition that stopped me. Another nightmare.
I'm starting another hangover. Little milk and 3 aspirin should take care of that.
Nothing like the little quick fixes.
There's danger in this life, and I'm unsure if I've got what it takes to go on living it. It seems that all I do now is work to fulfill other people's dreams. It seems all I've got is a series of drunken binges. I've got a bumper sticker on my car that says, "Visualize world peace." Got my eyes on beautiful women who want more from a man than it seems I've got. Got to show up in court in 10.5 hours. I have to work again tomorrow night. I'm lost.
I'm so very frightened.
I wish that there was someone here to hold me tightly and tell me that everything would be all right. It's so hot. I can't sleep.
I don't mean anything. Looky here. Yet another incredible poem never to be exposed to mortal eyes.
I'm too afraid that no one will like it.
I've yet to realize what I'm really writing. I am Zero the Clown. I am nobody, and therefore everybody. A silent genius.
And vocal fool.
Nameless, faceless, dull. But I have had thoughts all thrilling and terrible.
I have been humored by dreadful jests.
Macabre, scary,
I hate this world.
But I love the awful joke.
So much ignorance.
Hysterical, foolish, stupid, joy.
We are marionettes.
And I see the strings.
I hate this world.
I am Zero the Clown. I am nobody, and therefore everybody. Nice poem. Wish I was listening to myself.
I want to live. I do.
Why am I just sitting here?
The stars are bigger than I am.
So is the sky in which they giggle at me.
Who created this whole thing? What the fuck am I doing here?
Questions, questions, questions. Every question is a road that leads to the same place. Where do you want to go today?
I can't admit it. I won't admit it.
Quick! Somebody call a doctor! We may be in for a brain hemorrhage here.
Oh, hi. May I speak to Melissa, please? Oh, so it's going to be a long night for me then. Well, would you tell her that the crazy weasel called? Yeah, it's an affectionate nickname. No, I don't care how late it is when she calls. I just really need to get a hold of her is all. Thanks a lot. Bye.
I've accomplished nothing. She'll be dancing in Zurich and I'll just be here then, won't I?
She's one of the lucky ones. Some people are just blessed, always in the right place at the right time.
As opposed to me, never any place at any time.
It's never what you know, it's who.
Then I guess being a hermit has been a bad career move.
It's always safer to hide.
I've made a science of self-alienation. The eyes are windows to the soul, and now I fear their sight. For when I look into my eyes, I see an empty white. What lovely eyes you have, so people say to me. But I will never show them, for my soul they must not see. There used to be a light within that lit the pupils round. But now a storm is blowing in that in these orbs resounds. I write a poem in crayon, so I can remember when crayons were, and Fisher-Price castles, and Star Wars figures, and Hot Wheels cars, and Ken and Barbie, and Star Trek dolls, and make-believe, and smiles, and childhood, which I left in a secret place behind the pine tree in the humongous backyard of the house where once I lived. Such a sad thought. Even in crayon it is. The bigger I get, the harder it becomes to remember.
I remember.
I remember being scolded for eating with my fingers. I remember being taught how to dress myself and asking what was wrong with wearing nothing. I remember being told when to go to sleep even when I wasn't really tired. I remember being taught what things are right and what things are wrong. I remember when I used to ask, why?
I remember.
Oh, really?
Hi, I can't come to the phone right now. I'm being nailed to a cross by a group of anchor Roman soldiers. That's it. I'll be back to you in 3 days. I should be just fine by then.
That's not very funny, you know. Some of us still have faith, and what may seem amusing to you, we take very seriously. What if your boss is a Christian and he called? What do you think he'd think of that message? You really ought to change it. Anyway, this is your mother, and I called again to see if you might be home. Your brothers and sisters will all be here for Easter this year. We're all still wondering if you will be here also. They're all excited to see you, and you'll finally get to meet your niece. She's 3 now. I'm sure your father's doing something for Easter this year as well, and he might like to see you too. Anyway, I hope you get this message. I need to know soon, so I can figure out where to put people up. And remember, just
One man, one woman.
And one Xerox.
Remade the paintings. They made many self-similar images. They called them children. One man, one woman.
And one Xerox. That's an oversimplified view of parenting children. It's a cynical view.
I asked a newlywed friend of mine if she and her husband wanted children. She said they wouldn't need them. They were going to buy a couple of dogs. As if the concept of having children and dogs were interchangeable.
I had good parents. They did the best they knew how. There aren't any rule books on how to be a good parent.
Who taught them? Their parents. Who taught them? Their parents. Who taught them? Yeah, their parents. Global history? What is it? Parents doing the best for their children and teaching them nothing. Because like their parents before them, they didn't have a clue either. They were small. I speak with half a voice. I decide without my choice. My eyes don't do my seeing. My soul is not my being. I'm mama's boy, daddy's toy, and a little bit of me. I alone cannot decree what will and will not be for me. I have a beautiful soul, living by remote control. I'm mama's boy, daddy's toy, and a little bit of me.
It's presumptuous and arrogant for me to say that I'm the only person in the world who had an unhappy childhood. Everybody had an unhappy childhood.
Forget everybody. I'm nobody, remember? I'm zero. What will everybody else do for me? Everybody is zero, too.
God damn it, what is wrong with me tonight?
Am I going to call Mom or Julie? Either will do. They're almost one and the same to me. I'm having a bad dream. I need safety. There is no safety.
Julie.
It's the things I've been thinking about recently. It's hard to watch your loved ones sink into despair over what seems like nothing.
It wasn't nothing to me. It was the whole world. Can't anyone understand?
Can I understand others in the manner which I wish to be understood? I'm too small.
I can't admit it. I won't admit it. What am I thinking? I have some of the best friends anyone could ever ask for. Melissa, Tony, Bruce.
Haven't they the same unfulfilled desire for understanding? Can I rely on them to babysit me 24 hours a day? Theirs is not the strength I should be looking for. I respectfully dedicate the subsequent phrases to nobody who has never insulted me, who has never been disloyal to me, proclaiming love and promises that never were. To nobody who is not in judgment of me, who is not afraid of my darker side, who rather respects me and my shadows. To nobody who has never told me lies or stepped on my spirit or used me as a means to achieve their ends. I have in the past dedicated verses to friends and lovers who have often insulted me, who have been unfaithful to me, for whom the words, "I love you," is a mockery.
To hell with that.
I dedicate these preceding phrases to nobody!
Who seems to be my best friend and lover.
Shit! Goddamn interruptions! I had such a great train of thought going.
Hi, I can't come to the phone right now. I'm being nailed to a cross by a group of angry Roman soldiers. But leave a message. I'll get back to you in 3 days. I should be just fine by then. Happy Easter!
I don't want to start any shit with you, okay? I know you're not at work. I called. You got off at 9. I know you're not at Tony's. He's working tonight. You're probably sitting there listening to me on your machine laughing. Marcia. Yeah, I heard she's back in town. Look, I don't give a shit. I just want to know if you'll be there tomorrow so I can get you out of my life. Pick up if you're there, you son of a bitch. God, this is so you. Fuck it.
I'll be damned if she doesn't have perfect timing.
I'm afraid I'm not a very good lover.
Of course not. What was I ever taught of love? Da-da, 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 da-da. Sex. What? Breasts. Penis. Shh. Intercourse. Unspeakable. Foreplay. Unheard of. Such a natural function. Such a taboo subject. Bullshit. Letters, good. Words, bad. How are words bad? Bad letters? No. Is there shame? Yes. In fact, it is puritanical disenchantment. Is there guilt? Yes. In fact, it is because of what these bad words imply. Good people do not release flatulence. Good people do not engage in intercourse. Good people do not refer to genitalia. It's unnatural. And good people are natural. Letters, good. Words, good. Thoughts, bad. I don't know. Fuck this shit. Mommy, what's a penis? Go ask your father, dear. Daddy, what's a penis?
Wait till you're older, son.
So I asked my school chum what a penis was.
Oh, you mean a cockpit pecker dick wearing a schlong on a wee-wee.
Mommy, what's a vagina? Go ask your father, dear. Daddy, what's a vagina?
Wait till you're older, son.
So I asked my school chum what a vagina was.
Oh, you mean a twat, cunt, pussy, goose, fuzzbot, snatch, dash, foo-foo.
Mommy, what is sex? Go ask your father, dear. Daddy, what is sex?
Wait till you're older, son.
So I asked my school chum what sex was. Oh, you mean getting laid, screwing, fucking, balling, doing it, humping, banging, bumping? Mommy, how many years went by? Go ask your father, dear. Daddy, how old did I have to get?
Wait till you're older, son.
So I asked my school chum what all of this was. There I was, 16, with a female stranger. I told her cock, fuck, pussy, shit, boner, hard on, wet asshole. Mommy, Daddy, what went wrong? We've got eye contact. And here starts the game. Smile pretty. Smile pretty. And I'll smile back. Good. Now whisper to your friend. Whisper to your friend. And I shall to mine. She's gorgeous. Cute guy, huh? Good. Now speak innuendos and secret sex boasts. I'm gonna. I bet he's. Good. I perform my man task and buy her a drink. Nod and grin. Giggle back. Giggle back. Good. She's headed my way. Feigning embarrassment. Be cordial. Be hungry. Good. The rest is all bullshit and manipulation. I want it. She wants it! Good. In a year, who cares? Thanks for the hobby horse. One night stand? No problem. Good.
It wasn't like that at all. I wanted someone to love.
How many one-nighters were there while I was playing Kiss the Frog? It got to where it was like masturbating with somebody else in the room. Here's the menu.
Marcia. I wonder where the fuck you've been.
Tony says she's back in town. Julie thinks she's groping me for a few thrills at this very moment.
They don't understand. They weren't there to see the way it ended.
Same as always. Searching for unconditional love in a world fraught with condition. When expectations go unmet, it's game over. And all that's left from the foolish outing is the anger and the guilt. I remember you, my love. Those luscious blue eyes, brighter blue than any skies. I remember holding hands on bright sunny days. I loved you in every way. I remember when you left, how wounded was I. And now you're back. And I'd like to say, get the hell out of my life, you rotten two-time slut from a sick netherworld! There, now I'm satisfied.
Why is it that nobody stays together?
Nobody knows what's going on in their heart or in their pants. We're never sure what we want. I want love, but I want it to be just like this. No, wait. I want it to be just like that. Oh, shit. I don't know what I want.
When I just have sex, it's a lot less confusing.
I can? Great. I want sex then. But I want it to be just like this. Oh, no, wait. I want it to be just like that. Oh, shit. I don't know what I want. Everybody's got their own set of hidden contradictory conditions. Sex is tab A inserted into slot B, penetration of the penis into the vagina. Sex is a down payment on ownership, used as a tool given by condition to a fool. Sex is a powerful hallucinogen that makes us glassy-eyed with romantic inclinations. It is Prince Charming, loving princess. Sex is the sharp sword in the Venus flytrap. Intimate pleasures transformed into angry, bloody hatred. It is rape and vile victimization. Sex is the parasite seeking validation. Insecurity quelled by feeling attracted to someone. It is emptiness filled by another. Sex is the primal, unavoidable urge when hormones rage volcanically in our hot crotches. It is the release of inbred lust. Sex is a sick affront to God in heaven. Man on top, woman on the bottom, only after marriage. It is the sin that makes perverts of us all. Oh, sex! No wonder we only find madness between our sheets.
Christ, it's hopeless. Marcia left me. Julie is leaving me. I don't think I'll ever find what I'm looking for. Shit.
Stop looking. It isn't found by searching. Stop pretending it's love when it isn't. In a whole world of potential friends and lovers, temporary solace may be found, but theirs is not the strength I need. In the great clash of hidden desires, lovers always lie worse to themselves.
And when we realize we've lied to ourselves and to each other,
we can sit back, touch ourselves, and grin ear to ear, serene in the fact that we haven't been figured in with all the other numbers of the global divorce rate.
say, Megan, does your husband know about all the dirty little things we did?
Jesus. Husband. 2 years tops.
At the top of the sheet music, it said, sung slowly and with much feeling, which was amusing to me because I was going to be going through the motions. I told her I'd do it because I didn't think she was really going to go through with the whole thing. I figured I'd be a nice friend and former lover and be part of the whole charade. I thought she'd still thank me for saying yes to it all when she canceled it a week or two in advance, much to the chagrin and humiliation of her friends and family. But that did not happen. I waited. I even hoped. But the word was given. I was going to have to dress in my Italian pimp suit and to try to fake the talents of Nat King Cole before a herd of swooning, pseudo-sentimental people. I'm just glad it wasn't in a church. She was like a goddess that day, and happier than a masochist in the hands of the Spanish Inquisition. Thought it might have been a good pretense on her part. How could she be less nervous than I was? I was only singing a 4-minute song, slowly and with much feeling. She was altering the course of her destiny. No, I thought, she still has time to pull out of this gig. Beside that, she had a flair for flighty bits of drama, and what could be more dramatic than to say, I don't. I sang my song, ploddingly, and with fabricated feeling. She had that churlish little grin of hers on her face as she gracefully tiptoed up to meet the minister. They said the usual crap, random romantic buzzwords, faith, love, union, forever, you know, shit like that. Then the two of them wrote their names on a parchment, making the whole mistake legally binding.
La, what the hell does it matter?
She did it! For fuck's sake, she did it! Just yesterday, she was writhing on my face. My penis entered her body. I told her I loved her. Just yesterday. And she told me she couldn't return any of that love. Sure, she could roll around, sweaty and wet in the sheets, but she could not love me. She wanted to explore her individuality. She wanted space and freedom. She found him a week after I put my clothes back on. There they were, like the statues on that cake. There I was, wishing that the booze had been free, looking around at the sentimental people languish in the bogus moment. None of it meant anything. It just cost a lot of money and coerced me into wearing a cheap suit.
2 years, maybe 2.5. She'll call me, wondering how it could end the way it will.
I think I'll just hang up and raise a toast to bachelorhood and loneliness and sexual frustration.
2 years.
Then I left the reception, hoping that the liquor stores would still be open.
Heck, let's go crazy, huh? All this talk about sex is making me... Well, let's just say Batman's having some curious feelings below the utility belt. Holy hormones, Robin! Quick, get dressed. We mustn't keep Catwoman waiting, whoever she may be. Let's see. No. Hell no. When's the last time I walked into a clothing store? 1983? Not even a Kennedy could get laid in clothes like these. You know, appearances mean everything out there. A friendly reminder.
I remember once taking the Cosmo quiz. Very interesting. Question number 1. When it comes to colors, he is A, a psychedelic sneeze, B, a washout against the scenery, C, a bit adventurous, or D, just right. I picked D. The next question. When buying clothes, he A, sticks to a standard of jeans and a t-shirt, B, experiments with bold new styles. C, needs your guiding sense of fashion. Or D, always manages to stay a few years behind the time.
Definitely D. Are we finished remembering yet? Guess not. My name is Maynard Shushitsky. I have a confession to make. I have taken control of the fashion industry. All the clothes you love so much will no longer be popular. Next year, you'll all wear plaid and polyester. I do this to you as vengeance for making me wear Levi's, for those stupid pleated pastel pants, for those polo shirts with that satanic alligator. Makeup will be worn differently. You'll all wear clown faces to expose you as the dull idiots you've become. I do this to you as vengeance for making me pick my zits, for your false facial perfection, for defiling the beauty of the face nature gave you. Thin will be out when I'm finished. Obesity will be trendy. You'll all be fat slobs or you won't make the grade. I do this to you as vengeance for Weight Watchers diets, for magazines with petite waifs, for forcing me to suffer through aerobics classes. Indeed, I, Maynard Shushitsky, have disheartening news for you all. I have taken over the fashion industry. I imagine you're trembling, and I love it. Pretty people wearing pretty clothes with pretty makeup on, doing pretty things in pretty magazines and pretty TVs and pretty movies wouldn't need pretty clothes and makeup if they were really pretty.
Pretty people with pretty smiles, with pretty cars to drive, living pretty lives, with pretty bank accounts and pretty children, they're pretty stupid.
If that's what it takes to be pretty, then there's joy in ugliness.
I could never afford Calvin Klein's or Armani.
Or for magazines that serve only as a reminder of my social and financial inadequacies. It's all bullshit with a huge price tag in it.
I'm just an underpaid hotel manager who can't afford a ticket to ride.
Money! Our modern system's defecation. A lack of it defies so our quest for happiness that we fall to our knees questioning survival. So in the name of a steady cash flow, we labor to find rest. The green, we will kill and die for to live. Wishing for a better way, we rationalize to excuse the necessary evils that we crave. So in the hopes of attaining a lifetime of security, I'll rob a bank.
There is a new God on earth, risen from the ludicrous necessities of mankind. Once this God gave us shelter, gave us food and clothing, gave us no more than human habiliments. Of course, it wasn't a God then. Then a dark web was woven, a filament deceitfully made to entrap our souls. The God became stereos and VCRs and sports cars, replacing survival with hunger. Thus the God was born. We began to love new God, raising mints and banks as temples. We worship it with suits on. Our earth is the sacrifice. The word of new God spreads on fax machines everywhere. New God is gold.
I am now a heretic, like that's anything new. I loathe new God. New God teaches us to have despite the costs. For it, our planet dies. For new God, we murder and plunder and hate and envy and have. As the followers raised to it filthy hands of supplication. I should a tear for simplicity.
This is all such bullshit. Julie is leaving me. I'm pissed off because my car is dead. I have to pay my tickets. My job sucks. Of course, it's easy to get angry. I'm just having a bad night. I should just go to bed, and when I wake up, it'll be a new day and a fresh start.
No, not yet.
God damn it. What is wrong with me? But can't I be like everybody else? I just want to be normal and have normal thoughts.
It's never going to happen.
I just want to sleep. If I wasn't such a cynic, if so many bad things didn't happen to me, I could sleep tonight.
A cynic is just a disappointed optimist. Thought the world could be something magical, then realized it was just a lot of flies competing for space on a piece of shit.
No. That can't be. There has to be something more to human existence than that.
What if there isn't?
No. Everything I've ever been taught goes against it.
Raises the question, who knew enough to teach anything? Just imagine the audacity they had to say they actually knew something. And worse, to try to make others swallow it like it was good medicine. They were taught by their parents, taught by their parents before them, taught by their parents' parents. It's human history, baby. Time to re-examine their lessons, to dismantle the puzzle bit by bit and see the pieces for what they really are. As I lay over my daddy's knee to be spanked, I was told that it was for my own good. I kept reminding myself of that with each stinging whack on my ass. The tears are good, I said. The pain is good. As they punished me for laughing aloud in class, I was told that it was benefit. As my teacher lectured me on how undisciplined I was, I remembered their schools are good, I said. Laughter is bad. As my government made it illegal not to have insurance, I imagined an insurance man and a senator in bed together. As the cop called me an asshole and badgered me, took me to jail, the thoughts arose again. Their laws are good. Government is good. As society's mores once more limited myself, I was again lectured on its goodness. It was on my mind after being slapped for saying the F word. Being slapped is good, I said. Saying fuck is bad. A man in a pulpit told me I was a sinner, and I was told that what he said was good. I felt it as he listed every fun thing I should be doing. Again, I remember. Religion is good, I said. Having fun is bad. I so appreciate all the wise people in my life who have forced their goodness into my head. I hope each day to please those who have shared this with me. You are so good, I say. I am so bad.
I know that I'm a bit more than the sum of what I was taught to be by others.
Diagrammers of sentences who are nothing more than uninspired would-be poets in their fantasies gone by. Purveyors of the status quo, offering up American history so far as it meets their personal agendas to do so, masking the parts of it they don't like. Frightened little mice scrawl multitudes of graphs and fractions and decimals and exponents onto a chalkboard, unable to convince anybody that these things might matter. How they want everyone to walk the same way, to think the same way, to imagine things in a like manner, to be categorized, so that everyone will fit into what's been written into their textbooks.
At my school, I had to be taught 2 years of math and industrial art, 2 years of science, 2 years of history, 2 years of Spanish.
Confusion of thought, the same old classes we all got taught.
At my school, I had to be taught 2 years of math and industrial art, 2 years of science, 2 years of history, 2 years of Spanish.
Uniformity, the fine lessons of mediocrity.
At my school, I had to be taught 2 years of math and industrial art, 2 years of science, 2 years of history, 2 years of Spanish.
Automatons who filled my mind with facts and figures, but couldn't remember my name.
In my school, I had to be taught 2 years of math and industrial art, 2 years of science, 2 years of history, 2 years of Spanish.
And because I was allergic to their prescription, they labeled me a failure. Biology, psychology, zoology, cosmology, astrology, etymology, physiology, gynecology, proctology, archaeology, sociology, ology here, havenology, anology here, all days ology, so we think we know what we do, where we go. That's all it is. Thisology, thatology. If you think I'm wrong, here, have an apology.
I've learned a great deal. I've read the works of William Shakespeare. I've learned the principles of physics. I can write poetry.
Great, fabulous. When maggots are feasting on my decaying corpse, it won't matter. There are bigger things to know that can never be known. Who can tell us why we're here on Earth, or what happens when we bite the big one, or what hairstyle God has? The president? No. The Pope? No. Stephen Hawking? No. Any celebrities you can think of? No. No one can prove nor disprove anything. Why? Well, it's simple. They're small. I'm small.
I can't admit it. I won't admit it.
According to Dr. Knows All, Sees All, I'm a Christian agnostic, egoist, conformist, collectivist, optimist, cosmologist, reformed Cadillac driving, plumber from Duluth, Minnesota on a mission from God to Nuke, Zimbabwe, Africa. Or in the eyes of Dr. Knows More, I'm an atheist, retreatist, exhibitionist, non-consequentialist, cosmologist, communist, inconsistent, Volkswagen driving, homosexual sympathizer from Berkeley, California with a bad attitude toward the political leaders of the day. Funny. I always thought I was just me.
Just me, myself, and I.
What are the rewards for putting the left hand over the right side of the chest during the Pledge of Allegiance? What's in store for the kid who never went to cheer on the jocks on the gridiron, or put on a monkey suit to face rejection at the prom, or voted in school elections, or wanted his face in their yearbook?
Autonomy. Anonymity.
The bully's fists. The cheerleader's untouchable flesh. The student body president's inflated self-importance, the honor society's paper pride. It all comes back now, doesn't it?
Conformity. Alienation.
Taste the memories. Bitter.
I remember lying there with the expression of a child who smoked an economy-sized joint, grinning and pleased with myself. Now I see that expression on other faces, and I can't begin to convey my envy.
They clasp slender fingers with their own, walking past me with not a care in the world. I throw my dreams around like paper airplanes, and it seems as though they have no sense of direction. They land annoying jokes, and the blind people just laugh at them, mocking me for even hoping to attain greater flight.
He tells me I'm too intense. If they didn't laugh, they'd have to deal with themselves.
She tells me I'm uncontrollable. She says she would want to become a burden to my sense of independence. She laughs about that when I'm not there to listen.
And everyone joins in.
My hands are soaked with blood as I bang away at cold metal doors that will not open for the jester. And I'm crying so loudly and so strangely that the idiots think I'm laughing. Or at least they convince themselves that I am. Because if I was crying, they might feel guilty or afraid. Then they'd have to think about more than vanity and trivial things.
Then they might have to let me in out of the cold.
Of course I'm laughing to them. And I wonder what it's worth on the inside to become like them. People who can judge and condemn.
Assholes who think they know something I don't. Or wouldn't they be surprised if they could take a journey into my mind?
What would become of the sheep if they had to walk on the hot corners of my ever-stoked imagination?
I'd love to see a sheep become a wolf.
The wolves at least know the truth and are
still
soon to
be
be
devoured.
devoured.
Sheep.
The demons
It's
hate
better
the
in the
lab.
cold.
They can't even
Warm
catch
from
the
the
wolf.
inside out.
Now
And
ask
to be
yourself
warm
who
indoors,
truly
cold
has the power.
from the outside.
Now I'm howling at the moon!
And the moon
Raise
rays
back, fish inside.
and he tells me to find strength in my aloneness, to find power in my person, and potency in self-dignity.
Then all falls silent. And I recall brighter, more cheerful days when I could smile like a doped-up zombie kid!
What days those were, of sensuality and comfort, of religious devotion and joy and social norms, of obedience and submission, of self-righteousness and pretense, of egotism and ignorance, of the days when I was almost inside with them.
Now I gratify the moon with a humble nod.
It's better to be a crying fool who sounds as though he were laughing. It's better to be a howling wolf mocked by a population of soon-to-be devoured sheep. It's better in the cold, warm from the inside out, than to be warm indoors, cold from the outside in, like a frigid, rigid fish inside.
God damn it! Why can't I go to sleep? Why can't I shut my brain off and get over everything? Shut up and let me sleep! I just want to sleep. Please!
Now I pull back into the present. And I see the damage I've done to myself, banging away in futility on their locked iron doors. And I can hear the little fuckers laughing. But now I'm laughing too, laughing at them, laughing at how stranded they are in form and custom, laughing at the leashes they wear for church and state, laughing at how frightened they really are and how little they really know, laughing at a big joke they'll never get.
Wear your nice clothes and your nice churches that you drive to and your nice cars that you got with your nice green pieces of dead president paper that you got from your nice job that is giving you an apparent and indelible brown nose. Do you hear me? I'm laughing!
They do. And suddenly, my laughter frightens them more than my tears. It's telling them more. It's telling them everything. All truth denied. Do you hear me?
I'm laughing. It's going to sound silly, but I always wished I could fly. I'd sit and think about it for hours, imagining what it would be like to slide through the sky, the sun hot on my back, diving into the marshmallow mists of clouds to cool off. I dream of being a superhero, saving the day and getting the girl. All of my dreams had happy endings. And then reality would intrude. I'd have to answer a question in class, or deal with the boss, or pay rent, something like that. The fantasy would end, and I feel like I was meant to be more.
And go on, say it.
I won't. Here are we, pitiful, and trapped within our individually wrapped forms. We are all strangers to the world, lost in our insignificant bodies. Here am I, ponderous, among millions of people and unknown by them all. Some Chinese man won't know my name, or hear my heartfelt, unanswered queries. As I write this, someone I never knew has died. As my ink flows in futility upon this blank page, someone who will never know me is born.
I'm confined to my physical being. We all are. Here are we, self-involved, and we each believe the cosmos revolves around us. We are the lonely spectators, each an audience of one watching the play. Here are we, solitary, and as the world falls apart around us, we are mute. We move past each other in life, oblivious to souls behind faces.
I go to piss, wanting to be more than myself.
I laugh despite the pain of being so small. Look, a storm is blowing in. See it? Thunder and lightning. They are bigger than I am. I am small. I will be forgotten by the cosmos one day, along with everything else that exists. Say it.
I can't.
Be fearless of zero. Embrace this upheaval. Order is clung to like a security blanket and frustrates itself. Zero knows no laws to break, nor has zero plans to make. Be fearless of zero. It is a game. It is the soul's divine exercise unknown. It is not learned, it is remembered. The ever-perpetuated illusion is fullness. Zero is truth. Be fearless of zero. Erase the chalkboard and leave the slate clean. Become the empty bowl. The emptiness we fear is limitlessness in truth. It is undefined and infinite. Be fearless of zero. Embrace the sweet chaos.
It was a tree. It was solid. And maybe it had something of a strength and presence. But when its momentary existence was drowned, the tide turned it to clay and took it back to the center of the world. whatever that tree was, it was. Until the time came. Always the time comes. I laughed and I wrote my name in wet sand. In moments, it was taken, washed away. The indifferent sand bared for something else. I made a deeper impression, and it just took longer. I am like that tree. When the tide comes, it always comes.
The dinosaurs, the conquests of Alexander the Great, the cruelty of the Nazis, the mystery of the splitting of the atom, Beethoven's Seventh Symphony, the works of Shakespeare, the Bible, the human race, and the planet Earth. Indeed, the tide always comes.
It always comes.
Say it.
I am small.
And here it begins. I say I am small. It's going to be a long night. The way to remain sane is to believe, mind, body, and spirit, that there are demons all around.
I do.
When my eyes are pried open to the world, tears and blood stream out as little devils prick them with the needle.
I weep.
They carve a map of the earth into my heart with keen, sharp razors, and scarlet light flows through the boundaries.
I bleed.
They sit astare in somber offices, pushing cold pencils through my skull, numbing my awareness.
I'm blind.
They've altered the hue of each of my limbs, each with their own life. And I strangle myself with self-loathing.
I hate.
Suffice it to say I am sane now. Mind, body, and spirit. Because I have seen the evil tricksters.
I see. Can I sleep now?
No, we're not done yet.